What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. I think this has been the longest vacation I've taken so far, or this has been the longest I've taken without uploading a video to YouTube, because it's been almost about 2 to 3 weeks that I haven't uploaded a video to YouTube. That is partly because I also took some time off just to cool down, just to not get so overwhelmed, just not to weigh out, and also because I wanted to finish up some courses which I had on Godlove University. So if you are part of Godlove University, you will notice that recently we just released our advanced level of the course. We just completed the course. We just uploaded some dope content. That was because I also took time off to concentrate on Godlove University. Part of my time off was also because I also had my family. I had my in-laws coming to visit me. So we've been driving around, we've been exploring a lot of places. We've been going to a lot of adventurous places, going to the lion park, going to the safari, feeding the lions, the giraffes, everything. So we've been doing a lot of exploration, a lot of adventure. And while I was on vacation, while I was on that small leave, I had a lot of questions. I had a lot of emails pouring in because people had problems with their brokers. Recently, if you see screenshots like this, if you see trades like this, where on one particular trade I'm making almost about $23,000 or almost about $20,000, or trades like this one I'm making about $7,000 and stuff like that for my $1,000 account using a very small lot size. If you have seen my trade, most of this trade, if you've seen this trade recently, the broker which I used to use recently, because of liquidity problems, they limit people they limit the number of trades you can open. Because if you've seen screenshots like this, there used to be times where I used to open 2,000 trades. All right, there used to be times where I used to have 2,000 trades open. All right, but recently a lot of brokers, or some brokers that take their liquidity directly from banks or directly from the interbanking system, they had a little bit of limit. So the problem is not at the level of the broker, it's just at the level of the liquidity providers, and they limit the number of trades you can have open at a point in time. So because of that, I want to be addressing this particular video because I have you guys covered. All right? Because since it is something that I trade on my live account, I wouldn't have faced this issue if it was just one demo adjust, because on a demo account you wouldn't have any problem. On a demo account you won't have any problem. So since most of my clients or most of my students in Godlove University, most of them are trading live, or most of my subscribers follow the same strategies which I teach you guys, like the staging strategy, or maybe or most of you guys use my Paytrex Pro robot. If you are using the robot, there can be a point in time where the robot is going to open 500 trades. With that, with the current update, the robot is not going to open 500 trade. The robot is going to be limited at the level of 200 trade. But this is the way forward. I'm going to be showing you guys the way forward on this video. The only thing I want you guys to do, make sure you smash the like button on the video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Perfect. So what is the issue at stake? The main issue at stake now is what I just mentioned, that if you're a high frequency trader, that means a high frequency trader is somebody who can open hundreds of trades. Maybe you can, within one currency pair, in one currency pair, you can have maybe 200 trades open, maybe 300 trades open, 500 trades open, like this. This is an example of a high frequency trade, all right, where I have more than 500 trades open or more than 1,000 trades open. This is an example of a high frequency trade. Because of high frequency trades like this, most liquidity providers, most brokers would take their liquidity directly from liquidity providers or brokers that are not market makers. They might be limited at a point in time. So because of this, the broker that I always use, and this is still the best broker, the broker that I always use, which is still the best broker, is IC Market. So recently, they got limited. They got limited to only 200 trades. So there was a time I was using my tool. I think about 2 weeks ago, I was using Paytrex Pro. That trade was Euro JPY. I put my tool on Euro JPY. The robot started opening. I was actually buying from support to my resistance, and my main goal at the end of the day, or maybe at the end of that week, was to open almost about 2,000 something, almost about 2,400 trades. My robot started opening trade, and after 200 trade, there was no way. I just got a notification that the limit. When I just saw the robot wasn't opening trade again. So when I went on the status, because if you actually have a robot, you can go on your VPS or you go on your status bar on MT5 to actually see what's going on. So I went on the status bar on MT5 and I saw execution limit. So when I saw that execution limit, I immediately, because I talked to my broker one-on-one, so I immediately spoke to my broker, asked them like, what is going on? Why can't I open more than 200 trade? So they spoke to me directly. They said, no, at this point in time, they have been limited. Each trader is supposed to have a maximum of 200 open trades. Remember, 200 open trades per currency pair. All right, so if you are trading something like gold, you can't have more than 200 open trades. If you are trading something like maybe Great Britain Pound USD, you can't have more than 200 trades. So that is not a problem at the level of the broker. It's just a problem at the level of the liquidity provider. So I said, okay. Immediately after that, there was nothing they could do. And that will only affect about 1% of traders. All right, remember that will only affect about 1% of traders, because only about 1% of traders trade the way I trade, or only about 1% of traders have high frequency strategies. All right, that is why only about 1% of traders ever end up making money in forex trading, or only about 1% of traders ever end up being successful in forex trading. So IC market is still the top on my list, because most of your technical strategies, your fundamental strategies, there's never going to be a day you have 200 open trade or 300 open trade. You just take your normal 5 trade, 3 trade, 4 trade, 5. So you never have a problem with IC market. IC market is still the top on my list. That is why if you go on the list of my recommended brokers, IC market is still the top on the list. Then the next one on the list that will be able to handle your high frequency trading, that will be able to allow you to open more than even 10,000 trades if you want to open, or more than 2,000 trades if you want to open without any limit, is FP market. All right, you also find the link on the video. All my videos, you also find the link on the video description. That is a broker that immediately after that, I tested that broker. I deposited money. The deposit went without a problem. I also withdraw my profit, because I made a profit of almost by $15,000 with them. I withdraw my profit. My profit immediately, my money hit my bank account, because I think they do wire transfer. 2 to 3 days, my money was already in my bank account. So I've already tested out the broker, and it is the broker I'm currently using to carry on most of my high frequency trading. I use IC market for maybe my technical trading, fundamental trading, but when I'm doing robotic trading or high frequency trading, I use FP market. So all these brokers, you should be able to know which broker to use for which scenario, or which broker to use for which particular strategy. All right, so FP market is the way to go, and it is still an ECN. This is still an ECN broker. Remember, all the time, I always preach to you guys that you need to be able to use an ECN broker. What is the meaning of an ECN broker? And an ECN broker stands for an electronic communication network broker. Electronic communication network brokers, the way they work is, immediately you place your trade, they send your trades directly to the interbanking system without trading against you. All right, so I don't want a broker that will be able to trade against me, because brokers like market makers that actually trade against you, they pray for you to lose that money. They pray for you to blow that account, because when you blow that account, the money goes to them as their over the counter, as their OTC gains. But an ECN broker, the only thing they just want for you is for you to pay them a commission. So long as you've already paid a commission on that trade, they pray for you to keep winning, because the more you keep winning, the more you're going to keep opening many trades, the more you're going to keep opening bigger lot, and it's a win-win situation, you see. So IC market is an ECN broker. FP market is still a 100% ECN broker. So if you're somebody that maybe you have my robot, or if you're in my Discord private community, or if you're in Godlove University and you are using Godlove Paytrex Pro, or you're using Paytrex Pro, then there might be a time where your robot will open more than 200 trades. So if you face that kind of situation where you're using IC market and you are limited at the level of 200 trades, then I know that actually sucks. All right, just imagine you have a level where you're moving from support and resistance and the market is already up at this particular level and your robot stop opening and the market still has about this level to go, and before you come the following day you see the market has gone in your favor but the robot wasn't taking trade, that sucks a lot. That got me so furious when I actually discovered that. But I have you guys covered. I got you guys covered, and the highest broker or the next broker on our list, which you guys should sign up for FP market. And if you want to do robotic trading or high frequency trading, then use FP market. There is no problem in you having 2 or 3 brokers. I'm just saying you should be able to know which broker to use for which particular strategy, because for my high frequency strategies, for my robotic strategies, I use FP market, and for any other strategy like my technical strategy, price action strategy, fundamental, any other strategy, I use my IC market broker. So that is what we have for this particular videos today, guys. Make sure you hit the like button on the video if you want more updates like this, and if you are new to my channel, don't forget to smash the subscribe button on the video, and always check the links on the video to use the recommended brokers which I use. Make sure you also follow the videos that are going to be coming at the end of the screen, because they are all related to the same topic. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.